I guess so.
All right. We are back. We're back. Welcome to Converse About the Verse. My name is Black.
And I'm Ruby.
And this is Liesl. And she's ready for her treat. She's been dying here. We were here last week on Halloween. Hopefully everybody had a good, safe Halloween. Well, we weren't here on Halloween. It was
the day before.
But yeah, we were here. Sala was not. But anyway, so this is a show about Star Citizen, the news from the last week. And it's been kind of a busy week. We have Evocati that's happened. We've had lots of news about Nix. We've had news about IAE. There's been leaks. There's been a monthly report. So we're going to go through as much of that as we can. But first, before we do, we like to say a little bit about ourselves, and how we got started into the game. I've been playing since 2021, and I got her in about a little bit. When did I get you in?
Probably like 2 years after that. So 2023, maybe.
I think you started it like a year later.
Yeah.
But didn't really go well with the computer we had and everything. So yeah. But yeah. So you've been playing that long, and what's your favorite thing to do in the game?
I don't know. I mean, I've liked a few things that we've done. Yeah. I like a variety of things.
So when you play other MMOs, because that's a lot of what we played. We've also done like some survival games. But when you played other MMO games, did you find yourself mainly doing like one thing in particular?
I liked crafting.
You like crafting. Okay. So would you say Star Citizen has kind of opened you up to other things?
Yeah, 100%. I never did FPS. Never played those games. Never liked those
Never
games.
went anywhere where there was PvP?
No,
we would play Lord of the Rings online, and there was a monster play area, and I think you only did like once or twice.
Yeah, did not. Even in WoW, I wasn't big into PvP. Elder Scrolls.
We did a little bit of Elder Scrolls. We went out.
Yeah, but it still wasn't something that I would
Cyrodiil.
enjoy doing. Yeah, I mean, I would do it, but I don't know. It wasn't something I was like, oh yeah, let's go do this.
Yeah.
So I've been okay with that. It's not my favorite, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
At times.
But you're okay, like if we run in.
Yeah, I'm okay with killing other players.
But you'll go places even though you know other players are going to be there. Like you'll do.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. All right. So that's us. That's a little bit about what.
Also, too, for those of you that don't know, so there are going to be things that this is about updating Ruby too each week. So Black does a lot of the preparation, and so during this, some of this stuff will be new for me as well. So it's not like I'm learning some of the stuff just as you all are.
For those of you who have real jobs and don't have time to pay attention to everything, this is the show for you.
Yep.
We'll catch you up. All right. So moving on, what's our next section there?
Question of the week.
Okay. Question of the week. What do we got?
All right. Which feature that has been released so far were you super excited for, but then once it was here, it did not live up to expectations?
I guess I'll go first since you asked the question. Feature that salvaging for me, I thought I was going to be doing a lot more of it, but I'm hung up on the vulture. The vulture, you leave a lot of scrap on the table depending on the size of the ship, and also we don't really. Components isn't really like lucrative like I wish it was. We can't cut up ships and stuff I was really hoping we were going to get to. I know it's only tier. I don't know what tier it is now.
Yeah.
So I think it's salvaging for me. How about you?
I don't get excited about features like a lot of players.
Well, is there a feature that you like in your head it feels like it should be better than what it is?
Yeah, so I'm a loot goblin, and I feel like those kind of things, like I hate that I have to open my inventory and then I have to open that inventory because I'm used to MMOs where it's loot all. You just click the button, it's loot all, and then I can throw out what I don't want. It's a little clunky. I know that's kind of frustrating. Also, too, cargo elevators are kind of frustrating. I wish those I wish those worked better, and that with the data pads, like for the ADS or for the missions we've been doing for the event.
Yeah.
I wish we had the old what is it, CasaBLACK?
Yeah.
Where you'd put the single box, and then we could put the data pad in that, and it would go down.
And those are supposed to be
instead of having to put it in my inventory, put it in that inventory, and then bring up so.
Yeah,
That's probably
supposed to be back with 4.4.
Because there's so much you could do with that.
Yeah.
Even with Wicklow, you could do it with it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, Brian showed up. Salo. That would be my daughter's boyfriend. So use your bot powers on him, and yeah.
Yes, that's our future son-in-law.
Supposedly. The jury's still out. No, I'm just playing.
No.
Yeah, I agree, Solid. The looting interface is ick. And thank you for doing this versus playing. I know you've actually been kind of excited to play this week because you guys all got turned on to that Grollo video, and it kind of got you hyped for wanting to play because he talks about so many things in there that are,
he does a good job with that.
Yeah. So.
I like him.
All right, so that's our question of the week. It is time for what now?
All right, so what did we do in game last week? Black?
We can go over to a video. We should have a video for this. It is not this. This was engineering, which was cool and all, but that's not what we did.
Although we had some shenanigans with some fuses being stripped from ships last week.
Yes, we did have that. Is this the right one? No, that's the right one. Yeah, we did have some shenanigans. Let me pull it up. So what we did last week was we did a little bit of the headhunter missions, and I think last week that's when we took out the headhunter. We took out the Polaris.
Yes, took out your Polaris.
Yep.
Yes. Not for the mission.
Oh, that's the mission. We did do some missions too. Like this was footage of us actually doing the ship battles, which was pretty cool and all. But a group of us got together and we did this. And then we have one person in our group who thought it would be pretty crazy or funny to take out the fuses of some of our ships.
Yes.
And then also he was really into healing. Yes. So yeah, this was my view. I was sitting on the ship while we were traveling, and he just kept healing and healing and healing me until I was it was kind of crazy.
There you go.
Oh, Twidget followed. Thanks, Twidget, and welcome. But yeah, well, the good thing is that with engineering, they've changed it to where the fuses won't disable the ship anymore. Now it's just about the power. Sorry about the view; it was kind of weird. But yeah, he just kept on, just like telling me that I needed more heals, and he just kept healing me. I'll show you what happened to that because it was kind of funny. Afterward.
And this is all while we were trying to finish up the headhunter missions.
Yeah.
Where we were having to go in. Yeah, look at your the amount of drugs in your body.
Oh no, that's not the best thing. This is the best thing right here. It was how I was walking afterward, like trying to get from the ship to the med bay was nuts. The camera view was going wild there. Yeah, I fell through the ramp. That was great. But yeah, that long walk was pretty crazy. I mean, we got stuff done. It wasn't just, it wasn't just gags and everything.
No. But yeah, that was pretty rough for Black there.
Yeah.
Just trying to make it through.
So we did that. I also this week, because in anticipation of what we're doing this week, which is with the Polaris, the Headhunters, the third event started today. I think it started today. And so we decided tomorrow on our night out, we're going to be going out on the Polaris or the Idris once Sala joins. But yeah, we're going to go out and have some fun. We're going to try to do the missions. Hopefully we don't get, bombarded by the other Idrises that are going to be out there. And hopefully, we can get the mission done and actually do it correctly. But yeah. And thank you so much, Twidget. You're awesome. You guys never have to, do anything, but we do appreciate it. But yeah, that was good fun last week. Yeah. But this week I did start preparing, learning the Polaris, because I've never really flown the Polaris. I have a loaner for my Perseus, which comes out in 2 weeks. And so, yeah, I did practice on the Polaris a little bit, because I didn't even know where all the stations were. And so I went through and did that. I learned how to dock the Polaris. That was fun. I spent like a few hours, far too long doing that Tuesday, but I got it figured out. But yeah, so anyway, that is what we did last week. What's up next, Ruby? What we got?
All right. So
yeah, we got your boy antics. Talk about that. All right, we have
Star Citizen news.
Yep, and we got the sneak peek. That's what we usually start with. So let's switch up and go to our thing. I'm probably gonna have to set it again. Yep. Let me set it up real quick. Oh yeah, we had some good times there.
Yeah. We also, instead of just doing the Headhunters, Black and I on our other accounts, we were doing the Citizens for Prosperity. We were doing missions for them.
Yeah.
And they were helping us out with those as well, so we could get,
begrudgingly, because
begrudgingly,
because OG calls them a bunch of tree huggers.
Yes,
so,
yes. So
there's that.
Yes, but that's okay. So,
and Sala, you need to start listing all the ways that Brian, he needs to join us. His computer can handle the game. He owns the game. I think he's got a basic ship. I don't know if he has the Cutter or the Aurora, but he has one.
He doesn't need to fly it, though.
He doesn't need to fly.
He can fly. He can ride with us.
More than welcome to fly if he wants to, though.
Yes.
We welcome anybody who wants to use their ships to actually use it. We don't have to all ride together all the time. Yeah. Sala, tell him why he needs to play. Tell him he needs to get in here. So there's the paint jobs for the part 2 that we did. So if we finish part 2, you get these 2 paint jobs on this
That is a ground vehicle I don't own.
Yeah, it is one you don't own. It's kind of tall, and they're about to do a variant of it. There's like a leak of it. I think the variant's going to shoot missiles. So that one is it's a 2-person. Yeah, I believe it's a 2-person.
Yeah, because you said it's the passenger side that
there is no passenger. There's a driver in the front, and then I think the passenger has like a little seat he sits in or something.
Okay.
Send him the video.
All right.
But yeah, so that's the paint job you got for doing that. There's some little Nick's news. There's a lot more Nick stuff coming up in the later in the show that he just released earlier today, so that's good to know. Yeah, there's a jump point, but the sneak peek is this storage access. I didn't even look at this last week.
Is that full size? Like that looks like the
hey, it's obituary.
Is that tall?
Yeah, it looks kind of tall,
right?
Oh, that's at the new place. So there's so in Nick's, they have, I think, QVs, the people who like owned mining stations out there before they abandoned them. And they're the ones who built Levski.
Okay.
So that company, we're going to see various stations around, and that must be one of the stations that you can go to do missions.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Sala, starting to like the non-solo play. I don't know what you're thinking there. Yes, obituary, definitely Perseus hype. It was nice to see Reddit full of actual positive things today. Everybody was flipping out over the Perseus. And obituary, definitely, if you want to hang out with us on Friday nights, man, we've been doing a lot of stuff together. Just event stuff or just group stuff, whatever. So you're welcome to join. We
typically get on like between like 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, but we run till late, so it doesn't. Yeah. We get on a little early because we have a European guy who plays with us, and so we try to let him get a little bit of time in because he's usually out by like 8 because at that point it's like 2 or 3 in the morning.
It's 5-hour difference.
So we do start a little early, but we still hang out. Like we played one night from like 5 until like 1 in the morning.
Oh yeah, it was late. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, because I think he was back up and like going, like he was awake.
Yeah.
Like he had gone in and got to bed and woke up. He's like, oh my gosh, you guys are still on.
Yeah. I
was like, yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it, man. I know CitizenCon was short and that, but the way I looked at CitizenCon was they didn't hype us. They only showed us what they knew they were going to get done in the next 6 months to a year. So, in that respect, hey. But yeah, definitely come out and join us tomorrow. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna see how many we can do on the Polaris and the Idris and all that. So it should be good.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's a sneak peek. What's next? What we got next?
Crafting and base building updates.
Okay, so it's crazy. There was this really cool guy on Spectrum who asked a question of Declan Holmes, who handles the crafting and stuff, the crafting and the base building, and he's kind of like the dev that's kind of over that. And so someone asked a question, and he actually responded. It's kind of cool. Start saving your copper. Nah, don't. Not yet. But anyway, so the question asked was, hi, with crafting tier 0, 2 questions dealing with persistence. Will the crafting blueprints be something that gets bound to our account, similar in nature to earnables in game, like event rewards, or will they be more like items we earn through gameplay, like Wicklow, where you can possibly lose them? Also, remind-ables materials for crafting, will those be moved to persist between patches? Because as of now, things we mine disappear between patches. So you can't really start saving up for anything.
You can't.
You might not be able to anyway, because it may be different resources, but who knows? Anyway, so Declan actually responded a few days later, and he said, yes, the long-term persistent issues with resources is looking to be addressed. So that is something that they are looking at getting. As for the blueprints, you can basically lose them if there's a wipe. So, there you go. That was the answer from that. But then he also responded to a couple of other posts, so it gave us a little bit more insight. So someone asked about crafting and placing the 1 SCU boxes into a section of the crafting fabricator that appear to support up to 2 SCU if a blueprint requires 6 SCU. Basically, what he tells the guy here is that whenever we craft, we're going to have the crafting bench in our hangar. And whatever is basically in that hangar's inventory, like down in the freight elevator, you'll be able to use it. The machine will pick it up.
Nice.
So it's almost like some survival games where if you have a bench and you have stuff in the box next to you, you don't have to pull the stuff.
It'll pull from the box. Yeah, and you're able to use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is going to pull
that's
from
cool.
that. So
yeah.
And nice. Hey, Kenji, sorry, I think I don't know if this is your first hey, but hey, appreciate you stopping by. Yes, solid. Definitely thank goodness on that. I think that right now is just kind of whereas some survival games do that as a benefit, I think they're doing it because they probably have a tech issue right now. So,
well, usually we'd have to do a mod to do that kind of use on survival games we've played. So.
Yeah, but that was the other question. There was another question that was asked. They were asking about if you get rated and how that would work with the different server shards. And he said basically that yes, if you claim a piece of land, let's say you're 100 yards away from the SMO 13 on New Babbage, and you claim that spot is yours across all shards.
Yes.
And if anybody wants to raid it, though, they would have to be on the same shard as you. But if they're ready to raid, they would get the option to join that shard. So,
but if your org members are on a different shard and you want to come help defend, then it will also too move you to that shard.
Right.
So you can help defend.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool too.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. So so that was, we got a little bit of base building news. So that was pretty helpful. Up next, what we got?
Evocati, yep. And tech previews.
Well, the Evocati, they actually got rolling this week pretty nicely. We saw updates, I think, every single day this week to Evocati, including today. And today it was out for like an hour or two, and then they opened it up to wave 1. So if you have a subscription, if you don't have a subscription, you can go out and grab one. But if you do, you can just transfer your character over and go play and check out Mix and, see all the new missions and stuff that are out there, and
that's cool.
Maybe even go mining. I'm curious to see what people are going to be doing this weekend. I'll probably jump into it like next week because I'll be busy this weekend doing other playing stuff, but I'm definitely going to do it. I went ahead and subscribed today so I could do that. So that is that news. The next up is
toys for, what is it?
No, subscriber.
Oh, subscriber promotions. My apologies.
We do have that.
All right.
This month's subscriber thing is that kind of cool jacket. I guess that's what I got because I just did the $10 subscription.
Yeah, you won't get the nice.
I'm not going to get the chair,
awesome chair,
but I can buy the chair.
Yes, you
separately.
can.
But
Yeah,
It's funny. It's just like the regular captain's chair,
but
they spruced it up.
yes, they added stuff to it.
Yeah.
To
I think
make
Sala
it,
said he liked the jacket, but I heard somebody. I think a few people saying they really like that
the chair.
throne. The throne. It's
Oh,
a
the
throne. It's a throne.
My apologies.
Yes.
My apologies.
Only the cool people get to sit on that. Like,
Right.
it'd be cool if you could put like a one SCU box down in your ship or something, and then put that on top of the box.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it'll lock. I don't think it'll lock like that. It probably only locks to the grid.
Yeah.
But that would be pretty sweet. Why am I not surprised that Obituary likes the jacket?
Or you could just put the throne down and put the little boxes next to it to where your subjects sit next to you on it.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
Yeah. Sit on the floor.
That's right.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. I do like the chair. I think it's cool. I haven't really cared for some of the other stuff, but I'd sit in that chair. Or it'd be cool to see like like you could do a table of make like a makeshift table and then have a bunch of those sitting around it. That'd be pretty cool.
Or you could just put one on your ship and do like Mad Max style where, you have your crazy person coming out of the, Does
that make you my Tina Turner? Is that what?
I guess so. I mean, so.
All right. I know we got some more show stuff we got to do. All right. So what else we got coming? We do have Anthony Tanaka.
Yes.
All right. So for those of you who do not know, there is a statue in Nyx, and I knew the statue was in Nyx. I knew the story about it. There was Anthony Tanaka was he was a child laborer, and he basically worked like a 16-hour shift, and then they wanted him to work another one because this is when things were like really crappy there for them. And he refused, and when he refused, he wound up getting killed for it. But then this sparked, this is all part of the lore. This sparked because the video of him getting killed got smuggled out, and it became like a rallying cry for everyone to stand up against the Mezzers, who were this terrible, regime that, pretty much was dominating everything with their oppressive ways and things like that. So anyway, there's a statue there. And the cool thing about this, let me switch over to our clip here. The cool thing about this is that people go there. December 3rd is going to be Anthony Tanaka Day. And people go there, and it's like a Toys for Tots thing. They leave plushies, or they leave Christmas gifts or whatnot. It's kind of a cool thing that people do just to show some respect in the game. And yeah. So I thought it was kind of a neat thing. I found out it was on Twitter earlier this week. People were talking about it. So it was pretty neat. I thought that was a pretty interesting thing to do. So yeah, definitely. There are people that are already doing it in Evocati. They're going there, and they are, leaving plushies. Things? Yeah, Mr. Kraken said he was leaving every single time he's logged in. He's left a plushie there. So.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a really nice thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So definitely, I like when there's little lore things like that in the game, and so yeah. So what we got next? Monthly report.
Monthly report and roadmap update.
All right, let me pull up a couple of other pages that we need next. Monthly report had some goodies in there. We're gonna talk about some of that. I won't go crazy on it, but there's a few things that we can talk about. Let me pull up a couple of things. And I had so many web pages to pull up this time. I didn't want to have them all. I didn't want to have all of them pulled up because I didn't want to slow this thing down. Because just in case Meld crashed on us a couple of weeks ago, and so I didn't want that to happen again. But I should be able to pull them all up now. So just a second. So Ruby, what did you decide you wanted to get on your IE this year? Just your ships you want to try to get to?
Okay, so for Ruby, she wants to get a raft, and then she also wants to get the what is it? The Star Runner? Yeah, Mercury Star Runner. Want to get that, and then on Zuzu, I would like to get a medical terrapin. So yeah.
Gonna have a medical terrapin on 2 accounts?
Yes, I need it on both. Need it on both. So.
All right. We're not going through all of this because there's so many things on here that are just kind of I will say that I started yesterday going through. So I used to do the roadmap. If anybody who doesn't know this or not, I used to follow the roadmap really closely back when it actually had a lot of info going on. And so it kind of died out like about a year ago. They stopped kind of like really updating it like they were. And so I've kind of became known as like the roadmap person. And then that kind of just dropped away, which kind of sucked. I was also kind of the loadout person, but then that kind of stopped because of the parts getting moved to where they're now in like Pyro and stuff.
Yeah.
So once 4.0 came out, like loadouts, I mean, they're still kind of important, but it's not the same. It's a lot of people, it's hard for them to get the good stuff now. And, so anyway, I don't do loadouts. I don't do roadmap, but things about the monthly report, I have been wanting to keep track of some things. So I started a new spreadsheet yesterday, and I went back to January of this year, and I'm pulling all the different things from the monthly report. Like you see here, it's got like AI content, and then it'll say they did something.
Yeah,
whatever.
The different
and so I'm categorizing everything so I can keep track. I want to see like everything they did for like radar and scanning, So if they worked on it in January, it's on the spreadsheet. And then when they do it in February or March, or whenever they do it, I just keep adding on to that. So I can just pull anything they've done for the year by topic.
Nice.
And I'm probably the very first video I'm probably going to do on this is going to be just radar and scanning. And I'm just going to go through everything they did this year so we can kind of get an idea of what all they did and maybe try to see where it's going and if it's getting close to coming out. I think that, there's some good things. I already found some things I didn't even realize, such as the inventory rework that they're doing where they showed what the new inventory is going to look like.
Yes.
They showed us that in like June or something on Inside Star Citizen. They showed it for the very first time, and they said they were going to start working on it. Well, they had already been working on it since like February. It actually showed up on the
so they didn't show it when they initially started it.
Oh, they didn't really talk about it much, and then so we thought it was something they didn't even start on until like then.
Okay, but
they actually started on it months earlier.
Yeah. Well, maybe they wanted to wait until they actually had something to show before just throwing it out there.
And from what I remember, whenever they actually showed it on Inside Star Citizen or whatever, when they showed it, they actually, it's like they said they just threw it together. Like they really haven't been working on it. So I'm like, but you kind of were working on it. So anyway, it's cool regardless. But anyway, this month's monthly report just came out yesterday. And so let's see. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all of it. I'm just going to go to the hot things that are pretty cool. We're not going to talk about animations or whatever. Let's see. I will say that they've done a lot this year with the mission team, like all the different mission stuff that they've done. There's a lot of stuff they've done. It's kind of crazy. I'd say it looks like this is the year of missions. Like they've updated missions, they've had to fix missions, they've added new missions in. They're working on a mission to revamp that's going to make missions even better than what they are now. And there's so much they've done with missions. It's kind of crazy. And creatures. They had a lot of updates on creatures this year.
That's cool.
I mean, there's creatures right here. Your Mandy's animation right here. They talk about that because this is what they worked on last month when it was about to come out. So, you've got that there. What else we got? I don't do algorithms. That's Solobot stuff. Pull the chat back up here too. Oh, Kenji asked, radar scanning, Cutter Scout or 315p? I'm going Cutter Scout all the way, man. I'm not an Origin person. I told you they won't let me in the showroom.
I love the Cutter. I think it's so cute. Oh my gosh. I love it. I have I don't even own it anymore. I have like 6 paint jobs for it.
Oh, the Cutter.
I didn't get rid of them. I kept them all.
One thing too, some of them they were like free too because they were giving out.
Well, no, these are ones I purchased.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I purchased these. They're just.
You have yellow?
Cute. I do.
Yes.
Yeah, like a bumblebee. I mean, it's just so cute.
It is like a bumblebee. You put little wings in the back.
I know. You can absolutely do that.
All right. Let's see. Outline decorations. Nope. They talked about that's not the Apollo. It's kind of, their naming is so bad. Like they have a tool named Apollo and then a ship named Apollo, and they have that for a few things.
Yes, Uncle Rico does.
That yes, for sure. 100%.
Yep.
Look at you, Napoleon Dynamite. Uncle Rico. We just saw him on what was it? An episode of X-Files he was on?
Yes, it was so awesome.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, it's Uncle Rico. He's on an old episode of X-Files. Solid choice. What's Solid say? Say Scout, but until scanning comes in more. I mean, there's there hasn't been hints about scanning coming in. It's just been worked on a lot. I would say though, and Solid completely disagrees about this, is that the hacking is possibly coming with 4.4, and he doesn't believe it. Like he's not buying it, because supposedly the Apollo variant has like servers and stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
So, and he goes, I just don't believe hacking is that close to where they would do it. All right, we're trying to get through this thing here. The first two things are always about AI. The AI stuff generally covers like a lot of the combat, so like the NPCs and how they move, if they're finding cover right, if they're healing their mates, if they're whatever, if they're if they're changing their ammo out like they're supposed to, and all that kind of stuff. That's usually what the AI stuff.
Oh my gosh, animation. Okay, let's just skip all the AI stuff. Go straight to the first like sentence of that. So, dog capture with animal trainers.
What?
They also discussed dog capture with animal
that.
trainers.
Oh my god.
Holy cow.
That's pretty funny.
That is amazing.
That is cool.
Yes.
Look at Ruby.
That is what I've been wanting.
So animation worked on the Your Mandy throughout October.
Alongside improvements to the Copion.
They also discuss dog capture with animal trainers. So I guess they're going to do it.
I mean, every time we go to one of the bunkers, the Copions have those like collars like they've been domesticated.
It doesn't mean they're going to do that. They're probably just trying to get them to look more natural, like in game, like when they run, because they do kind of look a little odd.
I get it, but I'm thinking, I want to do dog capture and train a Copion.
That's funny.
I want to do that.
Yeah, I completely missed that. I did not even see that. I think I probably skipped over. I was like, oh, animation. Maybe pass on. Like the Fallout dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly like the Fallout dog. Oh my gosh, yes.
I think the Fallout dog in the game was like, did they use mocap on the dog for that? Because I mean, I believe the Fallout dog looks really good. Like that's
it does, but I don't know about mocap. I don't know about that.
Yeah, because what was it? Fallout 4?
I think
Fallout 3 that the dog was in. It was like a major part of the game.
So that my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I bet it's 4.
Fetch you more med pens. Why? Yeah, he would just drop them. I mean, there was somebody talking about that today about how they're like, all this is fine and everything, but when am I going to stop dropping my gun?
Well, also, let's go back to the med pen thing. The dogs that are like search and rescue and they have their little fanny packs on.
Yeah, they could 100%.
You could put all of your med pens on there, all kinds. Oh my gosh, like that's so amazing. Yes.
Even if they were just extra storage.
Yes.
Like
that would be so
that'd be
great.
worth it right there.
Oh my gosh. This is my favorite update so far, and it's not even a real thing.
All right, animation. She'll start it, and then yeah, call a summoner your Mandy. Yeah, I want the big Microtech Snow Beast. Just like come out to where like I come out, drop down on my cutter, and I come walking out, and then this thing comes out and then almost like moves.
Oh my gosh, yes, like a clown car.
Yeah. He almost like moved the cutter as he's coming out because he's just so big. That'd be great. All right, what we got? Facial animation team. Yeah, they did stuff. Yeah, mocap stuff. I don't see any more cool things. Of course, Ruby spotted something cool. Yeah, they got new armors coming in for a new gang and Nyx, no doubts.
Oh, what kind of armor? Do they have pictures?
No picture. Well, they showed some pictures in the leaks earlier, right before this started, but I don't think you're gonna like it. I was telling Solid the helmet looks like it's got a receding hairline. It's like up front and then it goes back. It's kind of weird. I was like,
I don't like a lot of the helmets. I don't know.
Yes, Kenji, 100%. So anyway, I don't know if anybody noticed. I mean, I know people notice on Reddit, but I don't know if any of you guys noticed. This is the Aurora. It's being reworked right now. And you're like, oh, great, that's wonderful. What is it sitting in? The ship it's sitting in. It's not out yet. It's none other than the Ironclad.
Oh.
The Aurora is sitting inside the Ironclad.
Nice.
Isn't that sweet? Yeah. Pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
There's another picture of the Ironclad too. I don't know if it's on
How do you know it's the Ironclad?
Because people.
Oh, right there, both Drake Ironclad models and So no, that's cool.
Yeah.
So is that the next picture?
I don't know. Is the next picture of the Ironclad? Yeah, that's the Ironclad.
Oh, it looks like a submarine.
Yeah, I mean that's interior Drake. That's the only thing I hate about Drake is the interiors all look the same. It's like Like especially when they did the Vulture, the Cutter, and the Corsair all that same year, they look just like this. I mean, it's yellow and green. It's what it is. But yeah, so that's that. Anyway, reading on, we've got the Hammerhead and the Aurora. They both have been doing some revamps. They're getting them ready for engineering. I'm hoping the Hammerhead may get a little more punch or maybe a little bit more armor to it. It says that they just basically were working on revisions, but they're not really going into it. It's got blast doors to the corridors, so that should be cool. I'm really hoping that we can try to do like a Hammerhead Perseus combo. I think that's a good combo. So because the Hammerhead can take care of all the light fighters that may come and give the Perseus trouble with all the turrets.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Perseus can do what it needs to do. So I think the Hammerhead's a good pairing with that. And so yeah, hopefully that comes.
Talks about the whole B too. It's in a white box.
Whole B is in white box review. I think the whole B is probably going to fly through. Because they've already got the assets from the Hull C as well as some from the Star Lancers. Those are, they're going to share some of that same stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's going to go pretty fast. One thing I noticed on my going back through all the monthly reports, and by the way, I finished June today. I went January to June the last 2 days. So, but one thing I noticed was it's crazy how fast the Apollo went through. The Apollo was in white box in March. It had just come out of white box in March, released in September. 6 months, that ship went from white box to release.
Wow.
It's crazy. But they said it benefited from all the extra stuff that came along with the Perseus and the Polaris and so. But yes, that's very cool. Fast. I think that's the one they said was probably the record. If not that one, it was the Wolf. That was the fastest ship they ever got through. But anyway, really fast. To add ironclad models, in the command module progressed well into gray box. That's given us hope for a Invictus release. Everybody's hoping the Drake's going to make it for Drake Day. So that'll be very nice if we can get that in 6 months. I mean, it's only 6 months until Invictus. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
So that's what they did. 4 unannounced ships progressed through October. We know that one of them is probably the Drake Clipper. That's the one that looks like the mini Corsair. I don't know what the others are. There's that MTC variant we saw earlier, a little ground vehicle with the missiles.
Oh yeah.
And what's the other vehicle that's coming? There's like another one. There was another leak. I don't know. It's kind of hard to keep up at this point.
What about that Gray Cat UTV is talking about?
Oh yeah, Gray Cat UTV is in white box. That's the little STV's brother. From what it looks like, it's got 2 seats in it like the STV, but I think it may have 2 seats in the back too.
Oh, that's cool.
Like a golf cart.
Yeah.
So if 2 people can sit on the back. Yes, Kenji, it's like I felt like I was the only one on Discord that was happy for the UTV because I'm one of the few that really likes the STV. Everybody likes the Cyclone better. And I
wish the Cyclone had 4 seats.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely down for because they didn't really tell us what the UTV was. Old school. What's up, buddy? Didn't know if you had some bad crews or what, man. If you weren't making it here. All right, we got through some ships. So if the STV is called the Steve, what do we call the UTV? I mean, it's kind of messed up because the STV, I always think of STD. UTV, I think of UTI. It's like, it's just like, I work with medical, and that's the abbreviations we have.
I know.
It's just crazy. But yeah, all right. So what else we got through? They talk about the ships that aren't ready yet. That's fine. They don't name them. UTV is coming.
Anvil Liberator?
Oh, the big news. Yeah, the Anvil Liberator. So that is in pre-production. I vaguely remember when the Liberator came out because it's the first year I was playing. I think it's the one that I think they did it as a concept back when they were still doing those. So yeah. At that point, I remember when it was announced, I was like, I'm never going to need this ship. I was still in that frame to where I was like, what do I need as a solo player? I didn't think about big ships back then. I definitely thought the prices were crazy. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm never going to have one of those. And I remember when the Hercules came out, I was like, I'm never going to have a ship that costs $500 or whatever. And
there you go.
Here we are. Anyway.
What about that last statement there about the Kraken?
Oh, the Kraken's nothing. Nobody cares about the Kraken. What does it say? Where's it at?
White box work continued on the Kraken, with more developers moving on to it as other projects were completed.
Yep. we still think the Kraken's at least 18 months out because it's going to take a bit. The good news is that the ship's smaller than the Kraken that'll come out later. Well, the Ironclad is smaller. I don't know. It is kind of weird they didn't go with the Kraken first and then hit these other, but that's how they did the Polaris. The Polaris, then they went down, then they went down, then went down. I tell you what, I am worried about if Obituary is still around. We haven't heard anything about the Galaxy starting. I really hope we're going to hear about it coming into. I mean, as soon as the Perseus ends and it's out, I hope next month on the monthly report we're going to hear that the Galaxy's gone into production because it was supposed to be next. So anyway, that's just my thing. Yeah, you thought you'd get your Liberator before the 600i got its rework. Yeah, you never thought that. Yeah, it is crazy considering that they teased the 600 and then just dropped it after they, said what was going to be done to it. But yeah, I kind of wish they were going to do instead of the Liberator. I mean, don't get me wrong, Liberator is really cool. I kind of wish they would do the Vulcan. Do some repair. Like I was really hoping that one or the other repair ship was going to come, next. But I don't know. Who knows? They're crazy. I don't know. See, that's another thing. There's another ship that they haven't mentioned in the last few months, and it's got me worried. And it's the what's the one? I forget. Just drop the name on it. The Pioneer.
Yeah.
The Pioneer. They have not talked about the Pioneer. They talked about it earlier in the year because I've seen it being worked on like March, April, probably May, maybe even June. But they haven't touched it since summer. I don't think they haven't talked about it. So I'm like wondering if because base building's kind of slowed down, they're not because it's hasn't pushed forward as fast as they thought, that they kind of they pushed back or they dropped back on the Pioneer maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty bold there, man. Can the Galaxy even be done in a year though? That's another thing. I mean, I guess they started on the Perseus.
He said opium, yeah.
Yeah, opium for real. They started on the Perseus this time last year, so I guess they could have the Galaxy in there. To me, the Galaxy looks like it's a little bit more modern than the Perseus, but I haven't looked at it in a while. Maybe. What old school say? Can't wait for his Percy. I know, and we know the date now too. The RSI day is on November 20th, so very first day. I'm so glad they're not making us wait. Oh my god! So very first day.
That's probably why. It's probably
Perseus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Solid, that the Galaxy is a little bit more Zeus inspired. It's cleaner, it's got the Zeus is beautiful. Like I love that ship. And the Apollo's similar to that. That's why the Apollo variant's kind of, to me, that's like the if they release that in IAE, because they may not. Everybody is saying, a lot of videos I've seen, people are like, there's like 3 RSI or 4 RSI ships coming in IAE. Well, there was 4 leaks, but it doesn't mean they're all coming for IAE.
Yeah.
Remember, they're still going to have a ship in December that they're going to sell, So it could be that ship. They could push it off to January. We've seen leaks before, and the ship doesn't come out for 2 or 3 months. So don't get your hopes up that that ship's going to come out for this. It'd be nice because then people could make some decent decisions, but that's December ship, probably Ironclad. What? Ironclad's not coming until Invictus, man. It's like, where's it at? What's it at on here? What was it? Yeah, they can't finish that in time.
Right there.
It's well in the gray box. Yeah, it would have to be in like Lot 0 or moving on through like the polish of like the sound, the sounds and the visual effects and stuff. If it had to be that far now. But I mean, it could possibly be done before Invictus. Yeah. That's what we're thinking. See, Obituary, you dropped off the radar, man, and you haven't been following. What else we got? So we're done with the ships. We got through that. We don't do anything with community. Core gameplay, inventory revamps. So you talk about it right here. This involved working on the equipment area where players can add weapons, mods, and equipment. So they're actually working on not just the design of it, but they're working on the gameplay of it.
That's cool.
Anytime you see core gameplay doing something, they're actually doing something that we need in the game. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah. All right, obituary. I mean, I definitely don't underestimate that. Anything else? Floating items? Okay, nothing else there. The economy team, they've been working on Nix. They're working on the mining and refining stuff going on there. It's going to be interesting to see what the minables are worth out in Nix. Mining may be a cool thing out there. What else we got? They worked on Vulcan. Vulcan's doing pretty good.
Wait, what does that say?
What?
The engine, there are several features that didn't have a memory cap or correctly report their expected memory usage.
Yeah, so there were some issues, yeah, but they're working on fixing it. I don't think you even use Vulcan on yours. You have to go into the graphics and change it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
All
you're
right.
using it.
I was curious. I was like, has that
I actually switched
been
mine.
impacting me?
I switched mine
It's
this
like,
week.
oh my gosh.
Mission design, yeah, mission. They're working on the Frontier Fighters finale, which, like I said, went live today. What else did they do? Yeah, so they talked about a major loot refresh here. We've seen the loot refresh come in with the last update, but unfortunately, it's got some issues. Mr. Kraken did a video this week about the loot and what he's finding is happening, and he...
See, I told you when we were in the distribution center and I was in those tunnels,
Yeah,
that I noticed that there were boxes, but things were being like on top of them. Like they were, there was like, it wasn't an actual like lootable box, but it was a box that was hiding the actual lootable box.
yeah.
And I'm wondering if that's also...
So see, that could be another thing because he was noticing that some boxes were spawning inside of each other.
Yeah.
Because you could see even two different sizes. Like you could see the square one and you could see the rectangle one.
Yeah.
Spawning together. Like, because there's a setting you can do, and I forget what the setting is, to where it'll highlight or something the loot box.
Mm-hmm.
And his was showing two different ones. And they were like blinking.
Oh, okay.
Like it was going back and forth. So, but yeah. So yeah, the loot is kind of messed up. Hopefully they're putting in a fix for that. Supposedly I seen something this week in the notes that maybe they did. It may have been the hot fix they did the other day. Yeah, old school, they were doubled.
Which caused an actual decrease.
Yeah.
In the amount that they were spawning because of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Kenji, that new RSI starter salvager. I guess we're going to see that in a couple of weeks. That'll be RSI's. I mean, they do like to put out a starter ship every IAE, it seems like. So that could be the starter ship. I'm curious about the salvager. I'm just like wondering like how much, because you think about it, the Vulture technically only does 12 SCU. That's what it's listed as. You're adding more into it whenever you stack all around outside of the snappable places, but it's only 12. So what is the starter going to have? 6, 10, 8?
And can you cheese it?
And can you cheese it some? Yeah, that's the thing that's kind of weird. I mean, I get it's a starter, but I'm like, God, like, it's not a lot. But, you know, if you could sell, Kenji, if you could, I mean, but even if you could sell 4 boxes scraped like that, you know, or maybe you could do 4, and then maybe you could have more in the cube or whatever. Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
So you could get there and take them out. Maybe you could get double whatever. So if it's 4, you get 8, or if it's 8, you get 16, whatever. But yeah, you're right, Saul. That's another thing too, is that you could take those along with the golem. You could take them out together. And they could fit in another ship. So
that's true.
That's why I can't wait for the Ironclad. To me, the Ironclad is what's going to get me by until the Kraken comes out. It's like, because you could have maybe we can squeeze in like the Prospector and the Fortune.
Mm-hmm. You
could put them both in the Ironclad, and you put a Fortune and Prospector in a Polaris. Okay, well then definitely we know it'll fit in the Ironclad then. So yeah, that'll be good. Don't even bring up the Arastra, man. See, you come on here and you just killing me, man. Bringing up the Galaxy and the Arastra. Oh, no, I can't wait for both of those. All right. Anyway, mission design. We got through they talked about the loot. That was the big thing I think I wanted to touch on here. Oh yeah, we do have system-to-system hauling that's coming. I'm looking at getting trying to get a C2, not C2, Hull 2. During IAE, I think I have a ship that's close to it. I'll just.
You mean a Hull C?
Did I say? I said Hull C.
You said a Hull 2.
Yeah, Hull 3.
There you go.
It would be the third.
It would be a third.
Yeah. So, but yeah, one of those holes. I plan on getting that because this system to system hauling looks like it'll be fun. And even though OG said it's just moving boxes, it's boring. But
I
yeah,
like moving boxes.
I know.
Gosh.
I want to check out these exterior freight elevators too, and let Ruby zap them over with the tractor beam.
Yeah, I was actually getting pretty good with it with the raft.
That you were.
I know.
All right, narrative told stories, online technology, anything great there? There were actually, I swear. So one thing I noticed whenever they talk about item recovery tier 1, because if you guys remember when item recovery tier 0 came out, people were kind of hot. They're like, well, how long is it going to take them to get recovery tier 1? Because tier 0 means that the PvPers can't loot our body. They can only take what's in the backpack.
Right.
They can't take your armor. They can't take the guns that are equipped. So they were complaining like, it's going to take CIG years to get to tier 1, right? And so I was like, yeah, you're probably right. But, whatever. Tier 1 is going to allow them, I think, to take stuff. But then it'll have a dead man switch. I think that's tier 1, to where I steal your gun. I go out and I bam, 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 I'm shooting. You get back to the station and you claim it or whatever. And then once you claim it, it becomes dead in my hands.
Nice.
Dead man switch.
I don't have any problem with that.
So anyway, that's tier 1.
I mean, I can't help that they like my stuff and they just were too cheap to buy it.
Wow.
Or find it. It's not my problem.
Yeah, SRV is kind of hurting too. I wish it was better than what it is. So anyway, the one thing I've noticed, this is funny, every time they bring up the tier 1, it's a single line. It's like almost like they're just trying to throw it in there to make sure they mention it, that they're still working on it. I don't think much progress is coming with tier 1, the recovery. But every single time I've seen it over this past year that I've been looking,
it's just one
little sentence. You see the other ones are like, yeah, we did this, like a whole paragraph. Tier 1 recovery, one line every time. It's so funny.
He asked about Foxy's video on tier 0 exploit.
I did not saw. Is that a brand new one or one he did a few weeks ago? Yeah, Kenji. I thought that was cool because I didn't realize that you couldn't do it anymore, and I'm sitting there trying to do it. I didn't see the tier 0. I think I saw that there was a thing about it. People were like, yeah, it can happen, but I'm not worried about it. I lose stuff. But anyway, online tech, I think they mentioned something about server meshing. Actually, there was. Yeah. So there's a new server meshing tech that's going in early November. I'd say that's probably, maybe next week or something. We'll see something about it. They said that dynamic server meshing is going to come in stages. The first stage, I don't even remember what the first stage is at this point. It was going to be, God, what was it? Sala, you watched the video with OG's boy, Benoit. God, what was it? It was something. Anyway, you're going to start to see things like change. Like, I don't know, it was something. Forgot now. But anyway, yeah, so you're going to see dynamic start in pieces. You're not going to see it all come in at one time is the gist of it. All right, R&D, what do we got? Anything crazy here? Talking about the CPU, talking about memory cost, talking about vertices.
What's that last one?
Hull culling.
Planet terrain.
Oh yeah, this is all technical stuff. I mean, it's talking about the things that they did, like the shadow passes. They did shadow passes back in January. Like I saw that then. It's just a lot of planet tech stuff they're still working through. The planet, because they're trying to get the most bang they can for whatever your computer is. So
yeah,
they're trying to make it to where it looks great for elite people and on your regular computers.
Yeah,
that'll hopefully still run the game. Yours isn't just regular. All right, visual effects. They made the Shiv look amazing. Of course, the Ormandy, and it's crazy. They did some really good work there too.
Yeah.
Obituary, you really need to come do that fight with us with the Ormandy snake lightning thing. It's really cool. It's fun. So that is the monthly report. I did have a little thing here about the Liberator. I forgot to show. This was just showing what it does. It's a light carrier. It's that 400 SCU that's really interesting. There's some cool pictures of it too down here. So you get to see what all it can do. See there, you can pull a tank out of it. It's got 2 levels, which I think is cool. It's got the bottom level.
And it said only 1 to 2 crew?
Yeah, only 1 to 2 crew.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got turrets too, so I guess that's what the second person does.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you're just flying stuff there, and you're transporting. Yeah, you're just a transport.
You're just transport. Okay.
Whether that's cargo, whether that's whether you throw a prospector on top or whatever.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Reskinned Valacar. It's not just a reskinned Valacar. It's got some of the. I mean, they are going to use some of the same animations and stuff. Although the animations for it are a little bit different. Like, it's not quite the same. Still fun. Yeah. Yeah, definitely solid. They definitely trimmed down some vertices and stuff, and that's always important. I did a little bit of blender work, so yeah, if you can poly that thing down a little bit, that always helps. What's that ship in the back? But yeah, there's some cool stuff there on this. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I don't know. I see cargo ships, and I'm like, you can take tank, even though the Ironclad does that too. That's another reason why I don't understand why this ship's coming out when the Ironclad is, Anvil doorstop. It does look like a doorstop. I'll give you that. All right, so that's that. There was a tiny roadmap. Is that what's next? Roadmap?
No, that is not. You said
next?
You included roadmap with your
it was all
report
part of that.
update.
Well, then, yeah, that's what's next. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to save paper. Look at there. Sala, they are showing us hacking. Right, look at that right there. Inside of the brand new Apollo variant, the Hermes. That's it right there. And they're doing hacking stuff, looking at servers, and doing whatever it is you do. Cyberpunk screenshot. No, but it is a screenshot they use for every roadmap or whatever. They use this screenshot a lot. It's definitely not the inside of the Hermes, so don't get excited. They really didn't have much this week. They just talked about what was coming in 4.4. We already knew there's going to be new Wicklow ship offerings. Woo! The Maxox neutron cannon, it got some new geometry and work. The gun, I do like that the guns are looking different. I do like that because it's very nice when you can tell what the gun is when you're driving up, so you don't have to scan it or whatever. So that has been nice. And of course the exterior freight elevators, and they said last week when they put it up, or the last time they had it on here, they said Nix and Stanton, or Nix and Pyro only. So everybody's like, what about Stanton? And they're like, sorry, Stanton. Stanton's included.
Yes.
It was an accident, so they say. Yeah, I appreciate your trolling, Sala. It's great. It's so wonderful. Google employee looking at CIG data centers. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Death Dealer, you missed Obituary. You missed it. Last weekend, this guy I know, he found 6 NDBs whenever we went. Whenever we went out to a one of the headhunter sites.
Yes, he did.
6 NDBs just sitting there. Everybody's running inside to go do the mission, and I'm out there with my tractor beam taking off these NDBs because I was like, oh my god, there's 6, 6 size 3s. It was beautiful, great find. So yeah, so somebody's Asgard's got NDBs on it now. All right, moving on. We got Spectrum. What was this? Oh, I think this was talking about the Frontier Fighters.
Yeah.
So
the final phase.
Yeah, begins. Final phase began for the Frontier Fighters. That's where we go out and all you gotta do is just take the mission. You ain't even gotta be there. You gotta do it. Just take the mission, and you're gonna get credit for it. But, I mean, we do want to complete it, but I don't want to complete it 10 times, which is what you would need to do. So it's similar to the last Polaris mission, to where if you just take the mission, you're going to get credit for it. I don't know why they don't make you at least fly out there before the mission progresses and you get credit for it. But supposedly people are out there just tearing the thing up with Idrises, and so you take the mission, it's usually completing in 5 or 10 minutes. So, but yeah, so that's what's I started today. Like I said, we want to do it at least once to get some capital ship action and get out there and try to figure things out. work together as a team, learn what we like to do, and all that stuff. So, yep. So what's up?
Can you pause it?
Yeah. All right. Just a second. What you need? Okay. Here you go. One moment. Yeah, just watch the cord.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what is next? We got, oh yeah, this is actually pretty cool. We've got IAE, and I'm pretty sure everyone has probably seen this trailer to death at this point. Yeah, there it comes. Yeah. All right. Ruby had to step out for a second, guys, but she'll be right back. Yeah, Sala, we'll get everybody through this stuff. We need to like kind of focus on that. Anybody who's on this weekend, you know, when we're on, we'll definitely help. We'll try to be on a little bit more. Oh yeah, I know. Death obituary. I know that yellow and black or gold and black, whichever one it is. I think it's gold. Definitely has some potential. I'm curious to see what that Asgard is going to look like. Cause I can't remember what 4 ships there are, but I know I have the Asgard. It would also be the Zeus. Is the Zeus another one? The Zeus was last year, right? That's when it came out. I know the Zeus probably is. I know, of course, the Polaris is, but I don't own the Polaris. And apparently, it's going to be a Crusader this year. So that's, yeah. I hope the tram system can handle it. Yeah. I just love that when that Perseus pops in there. Oh, it's so nice. There's a lot of detail when you pause it. There's lots of detail on the sides of the Perseus there. It looks good. I hope the interior looks really good too. Oh yeah, Orson's gonna implode 100%. I don't know though. It handled Invictus pretty good. Server meshing's really hooked things up this year. But yeah, it's great. So yeah, that's the Invictus trailer that happened today. Is there anything else there? They haven't put anything else here other than 13 days. The schedule here. So this is pretty interesting. So if that Drake Clipper is coming, it'll be on November 22nd. So that's kind of cool. RSI is 20th and 21st. Origin is going to be 21st. Origin doesn't have anything. Like, they haven't had a new ship since the 400i, I think. Or no, since the ground vehicle. Drake is 22nd, 23rd. Who else is there possible ships coming from? Nothing from... Oh, the Kruger on the 24th. It could possibly have that Alpha Wolf. So for Anvil... Yeah, I know. I did too. I took a picture of that as well. I don't think I have it on here. But yeah, I spotted that little shape too, that silhouette. I was like, yeah, that's probably the Clipper. There's a good chance the Clipper will be here. I do think that's one that's coming. But anyway, Anvil, we don't believe they're doing any concept ships unless it's something that is close to releasing, possibly. Like they did last year with the Starlancer. So it's possible that there could be something that we don't know about too well that's not ready in game, but could still possibly be sold. And that would be there's supposedly an Anvil capital ship that's going to come at some point. May not be ready for this. Maybe it'll be Invictus, but and the fact that they're working on the Liberator now says that they're moving towards bigger ships in the Anvil line. So that rumored Anvil capital ship might actually be something we see between now and like another year. So that would be cool if they decide to drop that. No, they've said that they want to do like straight to flyables. They don't really want to do concept ships like they were. They caught so much slack for having so many ships that aren't finished. that basically they really haven't had like a concept ship. I think I want to say the Paladin was a concept, but kind of not really still, because it was just a variant of the Valkyrie or whatever, kind of like that. I think they'll do things like that, but a straight up brand new concept, yeah, they're not really doing those. I've heard that it's something they're not doing anymore. So unless they're like well into like gray box on something, they're not really doing
pre-sales
for
like
ships.
That.
Yeah, that aren't ready.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, looking at, another manufacturer who hasn't had anything in a while is Crusader. I've been like well, besides the little one, the Intrepid. But still, I've been kind of curious if they're going to fill out Crusader a little bit more, because I do like Crusader ships. But yeah, November 20th through December 3rd. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, we got to get through some. I'm going to possibly look at getting a Kraken. We'll see. Ruby's got a couple of things she wants to do, and yeah, should be good times. That Clipper is kind of like a dark horse to me. It's like, is it going to be good? Is it not?
Yeah.
Kind of curious to see what that's going to go. All right, what else we got after that?
Got the IE trailer.
We did that. Yeah, we did that way over.
Traveler's Guide.
All right, so something that just dropped today, like a couple hours for the show. I was like, the show's already kind of packed. And then we got something else. We got the Nick's Traveler's Guide. So I guess this is going to take the place of what we would normally have as an ISC. I know people have been kind of complaining that there weren't any ISCs. And from what I heard, they got like quite a few videos coming out for IAE that Jared's been working on. So I guess that's why they didn't do anything. But I haven't been a fan this year of the lack of ISCs. I'm kind of tired of seeing the content creators who, as soon as like you're literally going to see it tonight and tomorrow, all the new stuff we're going to see from them first. And they're showing us stuff that isn't completed. Not everything's in game yet. They're doing it from their point of view. I would rather see an ISC before they show stuff. I'd rather see them talk about the developers, giving us more info about some of the stuff. I know they just did some of this. Look at all the ships. That was cool. They were mining. I know they showed stuff at CitizenCon, but there's still things that we didn't know about. Like there's missions that have been leaked. Well, it would have been nice to hear about those on ISC.
Yeah.
Seeing the Vandal bodies in the ships. I wish that wasn't a leak. I wish we would have saw that on ISC. So, yeah. But yeah, so this is the Traveler's Guide. It basically just shows you, if you don't know, if you haven't been following along, it's going to tell you what Nyx is. It talks about the Glacium Ring, which is a huge, like supposedly it's beautiful, and it also makes our other rings that we have in the other systems like pale in comparison.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because Nyx was a great mining area. Well, it wasn't for like big corporations that wanted to come in. Supposedly, they realized it wasn't worth it for them, but for us,
yeah,
it's supposed to be good.
Time. Yeah, that's cool.
We should be able to go out there and make some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, Delamar is the home of Levski. It's the biggest asteroid out there. We've seen lots of that. That's it right there, big old ring there. I'm hearing that people think it's small compared to what they envisioned. So that's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, I did hear that all of the outdoor freight elevators, they're all down below the station. So they're nowhere near the other landing pads and stuff, which is pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Another thing, yeah, there's the memorial, the Tanaka Memorial. And of course, you got a hospital, and you got a place to buy stuff, your shops, you got a cafe, you got your cool sign there for screenshots, and all the stuff. Oh, yeah, I didn't know about this either. There's a drink there made from a special, it's called Jinx Gin. It's made from this mushroom that's only found there in Nyx somewhere.
Interesting.
Be cool if he gave us a mission to go grab mushrooms.
Right.
Be a good early starter player,
Yeah.
missions. Hell, if he pays good, I would do it. But yeah, but it's poison, so it's made of mushrooms. let's see. What was Kenji saying? Joined 3 years ago, so know nothing about Levski. Yeah, same. I joined 3 or 4 months after they pulled Levski, so I just missed it. Yes, it is getting 4 unique minables. I think we talked about that last week. I didn't name them or anything. I just, but yeah, we're getting new minables there. I'm pretty sure that the highest sell price is either going to be Pyro or Stanton, so you're going to have to book it with those to sell for the most money, which is how it should be. But yeah, that's what's there. They do have locations. They have to. They're going to have 3 planets. Where's the planets? There are 3 planets, but they're not in game yet.
Is that the system?
Yeah, probably.
The next tab over.
Huh, it was. I thought I saw it somewhere. Anyway, there's 3 planets. We did kind of so I had my little theory about the reason we don't have base building is because they're waiting on Nyx 1 to come into the game, and it's kind of, I feel like it's really getting further proven because they keep mentioning that terraforming is, if they're doing this new type of terraforming on Nyx. They even mentioned it again, I think, on here, and they're like, this new terraforming is going to make it, habitable and whatever. Cool. And I'm like, yeah. So when Nyx 1 comes out, there's your base building. Only going to be on Nyx 1. You're not going to have it on the other planets till they change those over to the new planet tech. And yeah, I swear that's what's happening. Here's the planets. I swear that's how they're doing it. Yeah, you see, this is in the not ready yet. Yeah, a glimpse ahead. All the locations. So they're called breaker stations. They called them Rockcracker and CitizenCon.
Yeah.
So now they're the breaker stations. But that's what I'm looking forward to. That right there. This whole thing right here. This is what I'm really looking forward to, because I think that'll be a good Friday night, bit of fun there. The municipal works. I believe these are instants too, Sala, if I'm not mistaken. That would be funny, Marcella, if we could take the SRV and take some big asteroids to one. Yeah, that would be awesome. It's like, we took that one. Now let's take we cracked this one. Let's go take that one. Let's see if we can move, the whole Levski asteroid over there. That'd be funny if that's what they're working towards, like a big Death Star thing. Like, you got this big Death Star thing that's coming up to like Levski, and then everybody's got to go against it before it blows Levski up. That'd be great. But yeah, there's our 3 Nyx planets there. Orion turns into a rock tugger. Yeah. So like I said, Nyx 1, it even talks about it right here. Their experimental terraformation process. I know the lore people are going nuts over this one because Nyx was supposed to be, uninhabitable. Yeah, Nyx 2, poisonous, extremely poisonous. So we don't have poison in the game, like poisonous gas. We just have radiation, right? So,
as far as I'm aware, yeah.
I bet when that comes in, they're going to have some sort of probably storyline that gets us going there, and they're going to add that damage type there, and I'm sure it'll be like a new suit or something, because I'm sure the radiation suit won't work.
No, it shouldn't. But isn't there a hazard suit, like a hazmat suit?
There is, yeah.
I wonder if that would be for
it might be for poison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Kenji, I'm onto something there, huh? And this one here, this ice giant, I'm like, what are they really going to do with that? Because out of all the planets we have now, Crusader is the one that we don't really do much on planet-wise. They talked about a few years ago about how the deeper you would go, like if you had like a ship battle and inside of Crusader, that the deeper you would go, it would start to buckle the the hull and stuff.
Okay.
So that could be a way to you could like James Kirk the hell out of it and go deeper and try to outlast the other guy. But they've never talked about that again. So I wonder, what are we really going to do on this ice giant? Like, because I mean they're nice and they're cool and all, but cool. Yeah. What kind of gameplay?
But it's not gaseous. It's
ice.
It's ice. I mean, it's like Huff, right?
Yeah. No, I don't. I think it's like a ice mining. I don't think it has a surface. I think it's like gaseous ice.
Oh, yeah. I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm like, what are we going to do on this planet?
a stormy
I could be wrong.
atmosphere.
Maybe it does have a service, but I could swear when I was listening to Laura about it,
It's a gas.
It's like a gaseous
A
ice
cold
or
gas.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they call it like a giant, like the gas
Yeah.
giant. Yeah.
So like nitrogen.
But I am not super hip on what's going on with that stuff. But anyway, what else we got?
All right. I think that was
The
everything.
last thing, yeah.
Yep, that was it.
Okay, so that was it for all the news. Definitely thank you guys for hanging around and talking and enjoying and joining in the conversation. Next week, our show is going to be on Friday. I'm sure most of you guys are going to be working when we do it. We're off Thursday and Friday. We're going to see our daughter in Tennessee on Thursday, so we won't be back in time to do it then, but we're going to do it like Friday, probably in the day, like around noon or so. So we'll definitely post a time. But anyway, there probably won't be a whole lot next week anyway, so it'll probably be a short show. But we're still going to have the show, just not on Thursday. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it for the show. Anything else?
No, just want to see you guys tomorrow night.
Yep.
For some fun.
Yep.
To fight the Polaris.
100% old school. We did talk about doing our big ship stuff tomorrow. Ruby and I, we're going to be home probably between 4 and 5, and we'll jump on and go ahead and start getting things ready.
Sala said that he didn't have all his tiers done for the
yeah.
So yeah, we can help with that too, because I know there's a couple of other people that needed help with that.
Yeah.
So we can jump on some of those easier missions and get that.
Yeah, anybody that wants to get it done, no matter if you're starting fresh or whatever, if you want to do it, just sign in this weekend. Between me, Sala, OG, Blood, Ape, anybody that's on, we'll get you through it.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, thanks for showing up, guys, and we will see you guys tomorrow night or next week.